also want to talk a little bit about original music versus music that exists in the Great American Songbook. And I go back and forth a lot. When we first started the Swingaroos, like Assaf said, we were doing all original music. Mostly, maybe, 20% of it were covers. And they were usually obscure covers. So they were ones that we thought were super cool. And I think a lot of people loved the original music. And there came a time when we just realized the value of performing songs that people have heard, that people know and love. So I still like that balance of both. But once we started getting, like, once we played, that Glenn Miller song, and people came up to us after the show and had so many different stories, and these were people of all age ranges. There are people that, grew up during that time period and it brought back memories. There are people whose parents listened to that music or whose grandparents listened to that music, or young people who heard that song in a TV show or a film. So there is something very powerful and magical about performing songs from the past that were once very, very popular. It's almost like they leave a little ghost behind, a thread through humanity that people can share in, and it does something to make those songs glow even more. So what we've kind of developed is this system of taking those old songs but putting our own Swingaroos spin on them. So we still try to be very original in our approaches and interpretation, whether it's completely changing the style of the song. Sometimes we do them rather straight ahead, but I think we have the most fun when we keep the core of the song, but we do it in a very unexpected style.
Mm-hmm. Assaf, I did want to ask you about something you're also a part of that's separate from Swingaroos, because I just think it's so cool. The Arts for Immigrants. You call yourself an artivist?
Yes.
So what is Arts for Immigrants? When did you start it? Why did you start it? What is it doing? And if someone out here is interested, where should they go to learn more?
The organization started in January of this year. One of the things that really spiked it is in August, I forgot his name, but the person in charge of the USCIS, when a law was just some sort of a bill just passed that says that immigrants who use Medicare will not be eligible to apply for a visa, and they will be considered a public charge. So there was an interview on CNN with the head of the USCIS, and they asked him, what do you have to say about that? What about the poem, "Give me your tired, you're poor"? And he said, yes, give me your tired, you're poor, and those who will not be of public charge to the U.S. And then I was like, that's not the that's not the words of this poem. I was just like, it was just so bizarre. So we decided, let's sing. Irving Berlin actually wrote a melody to "Give Me Your Tired and You're Poor," and he also wrote a melody. He also wrote "God Bless America." He was also an immigrant himself. So he said, why don't we just introduce the right words to "Give Me Your Tired, You're Poor," and I did a co-arrangement of both that and "God Bless America," just combined those two together. It actually became very popular. It was actually got a lot of great responses, and that kind of prompted me to say, we need this community, we need an organization behind this. It can't just be here's a few immigrants singing this song, So that's where it started. Now it's actually pretty growing. We got a few hundred members in our Facebook group. We do a Zoom call every Saturday with immigrants to just kind of share what they feel and how they cope with the pandemic. We have we're starting a magazine, we're starting a podcast, we're doing more videos, we're doing more art. We're trying to keep everybody active as much as possible, even from their own home. And it's really exciting.